Hey, Tony from Bikeberry here. It's good to see you. Let's see if that new engine you're thinking about buying will fit in the frame of the bike that you're thinking about buying. Let's build it right. The first question to ask is, what size of bike are you thinking about? We recommend 26-inch bikes, and you can read that right on the tire. So if the wheel is a 26-incher, that's a great place to start. And if you can't find the size of the wheel on the tire, then you just measure across it, 26 inches. And in case you're wondering, a basic kit is really designed to fit between the spokes of 1 3/4 to a little over 2. So if you're thinking of like a fat tire bike or something like that, you're definitely going to have to get creative to make that work. And the recommended spoke size is 14 gauge or thicker. And if you find that your wheel sets aren't heavy enough, just head on over to the site and get a set of 12 gauge spoked wheels like mine. Something you definitely need to consider is the two mounting options for 4-stroke and 2-stroke that are better than what comes with your kit. For the 4-stroke, we have this heavy duty plate with cast iron fittings that will fit larger diameter tubes than your stock one ever will. And the CNC engine mounting bracket, this goes on your bottom tube. This is the standard on what everybody uses beyond the universal. Definitely something you should pick up. Now let's make a couple of templates. We'll make a 4-stroke template and a 2-stroke template. Now remember, if you could fit a 4-stroke on a bike, you could fit a 2-stroke. But we'll start with 10.5 inches here and 10.5 inches here. We'll even go here and 10.5. That. Then we'll go ahead and we'll add the included corner cut. 2 inches by 4 inches. That should clear the lower frame. Boom. You can use cardstock, cardboard, paper, anything that works. I like cardstock because it's thin and I can cut it with scissors. There you go. Next, let's mark out a trapezoid just to see if a 2-stroke fits. That way you have a template for each. So we can go 9 inches. Boom. We can go 3.5. And we can go 7 at the bottom. All right, let's connect the dots. There we go. Now that we got our templates made up, let's go check out some frames to see which ones are the best to use. Let's look at the modern mountain bike. This could be an option for you. You could think, wow, that'd be a really great platform. Overall, you can see that we can't fit a 2-stroke in these tight frames. The top tube is so far down, there's nowhere to fit anything. And you can definitely see the 4-stroke ain't gonna make it. So modern mountain bikes are out of the question. Next up, let's look at your cruiser. This is a starting point for almost everyone, and I believe it's a great one because you can see that there's plenty of space right in there. Now, of course, I got a board in mind, so don't worry about that. That was just for fun, but as you can see, 4-stroke fits in there, right? If that big old paper can fit in there, a 4-stroke will fit in there. And as you can see, 2-stroke definitely fits. That's why we made the Switz Cruise just for motorized bikes. So if you're gonna get a cruiser, if this is what you have your heart set on, this is the one to get. There's plenty of room for everything. See, I have a 4-stroke in here, and I've had 2-strokes on it too. But everything you need is right here. It's got a nice tall upper tube to mount your gas tank to. Has HD wheels. You can see in the back here, got HD wheels. I even went a step above and put an aluminum sprocket and a sprocket adapter in there. But you can see that there's plenty of clearance for a 4-stroke or a 2-stroke. The Switz Cruise is where it's at. And now for the cream of the crop, the F-Zero. So this is a tank frame, also known as a felt faker. They are amazing. They're a heavy-duty aluminum frame that really can't be rivaled. They're a cruiser pedigree that have been lowered in stance, but you can get bars to raise them up if you want to sit back, change your seat. A lot of people have done that. But the cool part about them, they're the most motorized bike ready frame that you can buy. Triple tree forks, all the way down to HD wheels. You can do anything you want to this bike and it'll stand all of the punishment. With the tank built right in the frame, you won't have any of the typical issues that you have with the motorized bike tank. Everything is perfectly sealed from top to bottom. The design is from a cruiser perspective, but people have really modified them and made them into the racing machines that we know today. This is the best motorized bike frame that you can buy. You can see that I have the V2 100cc engine on here. Fits like a champ. Which means standard 2-stroke fits just as well as a 4-stroke. Now you're probably saying, come on, Tony, there's got to be more frames than that are useful. Well, there is. It's hit or miss in that regard. So I'd rather steer you in the right direction with a good cruiser and a good F-Zero. That way you'll never have any issues with either one of those. But there is an honorable mention, so without further ado. And now for the honorable mention, our retro-inspired Stinger, which is a mini chopper that is engine ready. Has mounts built into the frame to mount your engine on. See that? Post there, and post there. It's meant for a 2-stroke. You can't put a 4-stroke on here without modification, but as it comes from our shipping department to you, it's motor ready. You can see that it has HD wheels with disc brakes, front and back, plus an integrated tank mounting plate. For the retro-inspired rider, the Stinger is where it's at. Hey, I hope that really guides you into finding the frame for the engine that you have in mind. We really have done the hard work for you, the heavy lifting, so to speak, and narrowed it down to what people really like to use. A good cruiser frame, a tank frame, those are the 2 standards, and there's reasons why. So go check the links below, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ask any questions that you might have, and share your experience with fitting your engine in your bicycle. I'd love to hear it. As always, let's build it right.